Welcome in, beautiful souls. If you're new here, my name is Jane. If you're returning, glad to have you back. I did a reading last night about a download that I had received. I didn't cleanse my space properly, and I believe that I was receiving a lot of interference with that. So today, Spirit asked me if I would redo the reading, and then I don't know if I'm going to post the other one because it was kind of chaotic information, but we'll see. I'll do this one and I'll review both of them and I'll decide if they seem to be, a continuation or something. I will link them together. And I do believe it could be a continuation from the reading I did last night. So I'm going to move on. I am going to just give you the information that I had received. So I was receiving a lot of visions of orbs. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So I knew when I was receiving so many that they were the souls of the collective's ancestors or passed over relatives or friends. So they also showed me a red-breasted robin, and that has to do with the root and the heart chakra. And the reading I did last night, it did say that the family members or friends of the loved ones, they weren't grounded properly and that they're having heart issues. And when I mean heart, I mean like emotional, because we're talking on a spiritual level here. So, I mean, if you're having like, health issues, you know what to do about that. The other thing too is I know that this has to do with missing your loved ones and thinking about your loved ones, because during the time that I was seeing the orbs, or just before I was seeing the orbs, I was thinking of a good friend of mine that had passed away 9 years ago. And I actually had a dream of her, and we were on vacation together. Though we never got to, in the physical world, go on that vacation, we did it in an energetic while I was in my astral travels. It was actually quite amazing, and I was really happy, and she stuck with me for a few days. And so I was able to, because I can communicate with passed over ones. So anyone that passes over for me, I can communicate with them. I can just call them in if they want to talk to me. They can, we can have full-on conversations. So I believe when I was seeing so many of those orbs, those were your loved ones wanting to communicate with you. So I was asked about 4 months ago by my guides if I would be willing to do some mediumship and, make that bridge between the passed over ones and the living. And I agreed. So I think this is how they want me to do it. So when they showed me the red-breasted robin, that also has a lot to do with Jesus' sacrifice. So I don't know if you're sacrificing your life because they're no longer with you. Because, in the message that I did last night, it came out very clear that, they would never want, your loved ones would never want you from seeking love again, because it would not hurt them or betray them in any way, because the universe is nothing but love. Like, that's what the heartbeat of the universe is love. So to find more love or a different form of love while you're in your living vessel would actually make them quite happy. So I think that was the message that they were trying to get through to me last night, that I just couldn't seem to, it was so muddled. So, excuse me. So the spiritual message today is, I believe that, but because they did say that the spiritual messenger from a loved one, they appear during times of grief and transition. So that's why I knew that you were going through a lot of heartache and pain and suffering, actually. So you know, it's also a symbol, like, and I was seeing, they showed me a raven too. So the symbol, which they both represent, is compassion, sacrifice, and divine love. Now that it also represents messengers from the spirit world. Now, they just want you to know that, you know, in the times that you're thinking about them, they are near you, and they are bringing you messages. However, I believe that you're not understanding the messages or realizing the messages because you're so wrapped up in your grief. They're there, they're protecting you, and they're trying to give you some kind of guidance here. So they were also showing me portals. They showed me 5 in total, but the last one had a bunch of cracks around it. So the portal, it's like it was breaking down, and the portal was becoming bigger. So I think that reference was meaning was that the veil is becoming thinner for them to be able to connect easier to you. So I mean, for some, still need that bridge. So that's why they asked me to do this. Also, I had a vision. I did a meditation, and I had a vision of a spider. And normally I just communicate with the spider in an energetic level, but the spider just got up out of its web and walked off. It just moved right out. It didn't speak to me at all. And so I wrote down the words stuck and heart. So and when I write this stuff down, I'm just going to briefly show you like how it goes. So if you're new to my channel, so I had a vision of the spider here, and then I wrote that down. But then when I was out on a walk, these were all the things that they were showing me. And, I didn't write down the 3 levels for the robin because I think that was more a personal message from my loved one, because the red-breasted robin, which is weird because it's winter here, so we don't get them here in winter. And they only show up when spring is coming. Again, it's middle of February, so it's kind of odd that they would show up. And I've seen that same bird a couple weeks prior to that, but the bird was jumping from one branch to another, leveling up, right, on each branch as I got closer. So I just thought that was more of a personal message for me from my deceased loved one. And because I had been thinking about her the entire walk, and it was the dream that I had, and, all the things. So she was really part of that walk with me. And so yeah, so they want me to bring this message. So I'm just going to stop here and move on here. Now, they did pop out this card here before, when I was preparing the decks, and it's raindrops, and take a chance on them. So, and I noticed that there's like these little, I don't know if they're little angels or fairies or what they are. And then when I was preparing the other deck, this popped out, hesitation and memory. So I think that's what's going on. You're having all the memories of your past loved ones, and you're afraid to move on with new love. And, I'm here to tell you that they encourage it. And then when I threw the dice for my astrology dice, it came out on South Node. And South Node is where, you're focusing on the past. You're looking into like the sadness and the healing and the heartache and all those, sad moments, memories of that, whatever you're trying to process. Okay. So, I mean, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just a part of the healing. We all have to take that time, and there's no rush in healing. So we all heal at a different speed, you know what I mean? Okay, so, I see there's a lot of question marks above her head here. So, I think that she's got a lot of, do I, don't I, decisions that she feels like she has to make, or he has to make. My animals are in the room, so that they could interrupt every now and again. So they wanted me to roll this dice here, and this dice has numbers on it, and it is to tell me what house that we're dealing with here. 3, the third house. The third house is all about communication and community. So I think it is an extension of the reading from last night, because that came up a lot about the community. So let's see, where do you want to begin, Spirit? Okay, they're just going to have me pull out a few cards here. On the bottom is eternity, deeper union with you. Oh, no joke. Change me, divine beloved, into one who understands the true meaning of death. Remove my fear of dying. Open my vision to the eternal. May all transitions lead me into deep, ever deepening union with you. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you want this group to know here? So this reading, might not resonate for everyone, and that's okay. Okay, here, let's see. Loss doesn't always have to mean somebody has passed away. Somebody could be removed from your life very suddenly. Perhaps they could have, just moved away and you lost contact, or do you know what I mean? Like, it could have been a romance that broke up suddenly, or, it could be just a sudden loss. All right, Spirit, what do you want here? Source, you are my source. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows that you are my source. Fill me with confidence and faith, so I know I never have to beg. Just gratefully receive. Wow. Freedom. I split that on freedom when I was doing this too. Okay. Oops. One more, Spirit. Okay. Because it's that one, fear. Well, think that there's fear going on. Honoring, I am kind and loving. Change me, divine beloved, into one who honors my emotions. Let me feel my feelings without judgment and then release them. Show me how to be kind and loving to the child inside who needs care. Okay, so, that's really important to honor, your feelings. Like when you're going through, if you're like trying to put on a happy face when you're miserable is not really beneficial to you, because it interrupts the process of healing. So I release all fear. I invite you, divine beloved, to move through me in all ways, guiding my actions in every moment. Let me release all fear and feel unbridled openness to the new. So this is definitely a continuation from that reading of last night, because look, and then divine assistance is right, because they asked me to move it and I was trying to split it. I am open to receive, because the reading from last night, it talked a lot about fears, having fear. Okay. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is willing to receive all the right help. Let me feel deserving of divine assistance in every way. Open me to receive. So this is where they want you to be open to receive their messages, right? And you notice, like on her skirt, there's a lot of birds here. So they could be using birds as a messenger to reach you. You know, I noticed that they're showing a lot of flowers too. So, you know, water is also very healing. So let's move this aside. And one of these here. It's on the bottom. Find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Oh, I just split it. Little friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Okay, so this is what they're talking about here with this. Let me just move this over here. Okay, because they're talking about here with taking a chance on them. So I don't know if you've met somebody or you want to get out and start dating or find a love again, or yeah, I'm on a journey. Yeah, you know, being a survivor. Oh, look, there's hope too. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet, this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Yeah, see, because, okay, yeah, she's carrying a key. This is a message that's continuing from last night, but, you know, because the South Node here coming up, this is about like looking behind you and looking at all the memories from the past. Hope is always here, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. And look, there's a white dove there. You know, I believe that they're using birds and they could even be using bugs because, you know, when I finished that reading last night too, I had a little fly in my face. And you know, it's weird. I've had this little baby moth. I call it a baby moth. I don't know. Moth-like bug. And I've had a little like black buzzing fly and a little spider. And they've basically have been in this room where I do my readings all winter. And you know, it's really odd because I have never had that before. And that little fly like kind of flew in my face when after I closed the reading, and I thought that's really weird. Why would there be flies this time of year? And you know, it's funny too because when I was in the walking my dog and I had them like just on a trail so that they could run and play and burn up some energy, they and it was like I don't know, -6 or -7 or something like that. It was cold out. And, you know, enough that I was wearing a hat and, you know, mittens. And a, a f- I think that's where the moth come from because, you know, it was funny too because I even said like, "Oh, fairies, are you here to visit me today?" And I just chuckled and laughed it off. And then after I got back to the house, I noticed that this moth was, you know, hanging around. So that's so you could be seeing bugs too. And split on find balance again. Okay, so let's just move on from this deck here. All right, hold on. They wanted me to, well, it was on the bottom, pure intention, and then I was, okay. So pure intention here. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely, manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. So yeah, if your heart, you know, okay, so they're telling me here that when you have pure intentions to find love or to meet people, find the friendship and all that, they don't want you to have guilt. They don't want you to hesitate and feel bad about that, like you're leaving them behind, because you're going to be reunited the moment that it's your time to leave this world. You know what I mean? So they don't want you to be alone. They don't want you to, sacrifice happiness. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if they loved you in this life and you've loved them, that doesn't go, that stays. If anything, when they pass on, for them, it amplifies. Because, my dog is crying. Hold on. And that's another sign right there that you're probably crying right now. Come on, New. Okay, I had to, sorry for the interruption. I had to let her out. She's not feeling well. So she's a little off, and she's been a little, I don't know, not herself today. Okay, so there's a message here that they want me to read on one of these cards. All right, Spirit. Milk thistle, peaceful warrior. On the bottom is, look, an eagle. And it's called cordyceps revival. This almost kind of gives me that, that the bridge, the connection from the earth to the spirit realm. Okay, let's see, which one do you want me to read? Milk thistle. Those look like teardrops too. Well, I don't know if you can see that. It looks like teardrops. And the dog was just crying. I need to find the bowl. Colt, give me a moment here. I don't know where I put it. A bunch of boxes out. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, of course, I dropped it on the floor. Alrighty, let's see. Number 23. 23 also breaks down to a 5. So that is about change. And 26 breaks down to an 8, which is represents an infinity sign, which is what goes around comes around. So it's a never-ending thing. Oh my God. You know what this one means here? The revival. So cordyceps, it's energy, renewal, soaring to new heights, opportunity, activation, resurrection. Wow. Okay. Is there anything here you want me to read? Sometimes there's a little paragraph or something. There's some guidance here. Yeah, okay, so it just says, it's time to soar to new heights. Energy is available to manifest your greatest dreams. Passion is in alignment with knowledge. Energy is in alignment with matter. Like the great eagle, you are blessed with the connection to the divine. You have an innate ability to live in the realm of spirit, yet remain connected and balanced within the realms of the earth. Oh, just like I said. So it's like you're, to be a bridge. Okay, so that's representing me being the bridge for you. And they are using birds. They're using birds to your ancestors. When you see birds, it's probably your loved one coming to visit you. Okay, peaceful warrior. So the milk thistle here is peaceful warrior, shield, truth keeper, shelter, sanctuary, safekeeping, and justice. Okay, let's see here. Milk thistle actually protects you from negativity and spells. Okay. Milk thistle dispels the damaging and destructive thoughts that can induce an endless loop of self-sabotage, abandon, insecurity, gossip, and fear-based protection strategies that enable frustration or a false sense of growth. Do not waste your time trying to control what cannot be controlled. Like a peaceful warrior, set your boundaries firmly and fearlessly. Like Badger, Milk Thistle shakes up systems that hinder innovations and halts patterns and behaviors that stunt growth. Know that you are not changing, you are choosing. Okay, so because the hesitation here is about making decisions and worry. Okay, all right. Is there anything else here? Here's yeah, just told me one more. Okay. Echinacea, destiny, number 30. See the snake that's like eating itself? And I was just talking about how the infinity symbol, it just keeps going around and around. Okay. The bottom is teacher, number 33. So let's hear number 30. Let's just see if there's anything there. I don't want to miss out. I want to slow the reading down because it was just really chaotic last night. I think just because there was so much emotion. I was dealing with so many souls all at once, and I'm not used to doing that. I'm used to dealing with like angels and my ancestors and, that kind of thing, right? Yep. It's the wheel of change, life cycles, destiny, bigger vision, and fortune and fate. That's what this is here, fate. Okay. It resembles the cycles of life and death. The sun and the moon orbit and spin the wheel of change, representing our earthly domain. The echinacea sprouting in the center represents evolutionary consciousness, unbound by the confines of destiny. Like the wheel of fortune, this card may signal a twist of fate, a time where something in life shifts us and reorients us elsewhere. Echinacea has shown up in your cards today to remind you that the universe is always in motion and nothing is by accident. The key to see through the cycles of destiny is to remain centered and fluid, flowing with the course of life. The elusive judgments of good and bad only limits the vision of the great understanding. Step back and observe the great vision at play and be unbound by the passing influences. Ooh, that's intense. Wow. Okay. So there you go. Just like we were talking about. Okay, Spirit. What else do you want here? Okay. I want one of these. I thought it was odd that they would bring a dream come trues on the bottom. Your dreams are coming true because you stayed true to your heart's desire. Okay. But they keep showing me this card, take a chance on them. I think they want me to read that. I think there's just a little teeny thing that's in the book on that. I'm going to assume that has, to do with hold on, they want me to get the book out. Little healing cocoon of light. Wow. That's why they asked me to grab that book, because it makes me stop shuffling. Let me see here. Okay, because this is all about communication, and because this is the third house, communication and community. Okay. What's the number of this card? 39. Okay. Look at that. We're to it. Raindrops. Take a chance on them. If anyone has a reason to keep their guard up, it's you. People have been known to mistreat you, and unlike any rational person, you finally got tired of it. Went back inside, locked the door. Oh my God. You weren't supposed to stay out of the rain forever. No matter how terrifying the prospect may seem, you need to put yourself out there again. Whoever it is you're thinking of, they can be trusted to walk with you through the storm. And oh my God, I'm not even joking, because the reading I did last night, there was a card, it had a door on it, and it had a key, and it had it was closed, and I was saying something about how you're behind the door and you have it closed. And then there was a card that came out about emotions, and it was all about a storm. And she has a key, look, and the door's open. Oh my God, Spirit. I love when they do this. They make me laugh. Healing cocoon. I think they feel like, oh look, and it's a vibrational match. This is your because I think that reading, what was that called? Oh no, that wasn't. Okay. I just heard them say cosmic green light. But I did a reading called Cosmic Green Light. I don't know if that has anything to do with any of this. Look, that's number 33, another card, number 33. That's the same as this teacher one here. And you see how this wolf is calling out to Spirit. And she's a healer. Wow. So we have this healer. Okay, so you've gone through a process of healing, and it's time now, because the golden stars here, the stars are lining up for the perfect opportunity now. So you have 33 and 33. You could be seeing repeated numbers too, because this is 55. And and it's funny too, because I was just saying how like 5 is of change, and interesting, Spirit. They actually are going to have me do another reading, and it's the number's 555, and it's make the change, and it's called break old patterns. I haven't done the reading yet. I'm going to do that after this one. So number 55 is healing cocoon of light. Your angels come to you now and surround you in a healing cocoon made of light. In vibrational match, you are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. Okay, well, there you go. So you have gone through a series of healing, but I think, with this, they're saying like, don't look in the past anymore. Like, it's okay to think of those loved ones, but you need to cleanse yourself of that thinking, like after, like, cry it out or whatever, and then put it aside and look towards the future, like, unlock this door and go out, and because your loved ones, this is a message from your loved ones. They want you to do this. This is something they're encouraging you to do. Okay, little one from here, I guess. Okay. What do you want here, Spirit? Look, Grim Reaper on the bottom. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Now, I think they just want you to know that, Their time on the earth has come to an end. Now they could choose to be reborn back onto the earth, but it's your time now to finish living your life. And they're always going to be there. That they're not gone forever. You know what I mean? They're just not gone forever. This, they might not physically be with you, but energetically they're with you. Oh yeah, I just kind of noticed that there's orbs here, some stars, and looks like some orbs. But they're like your loved ones are always with you. Oh, look, I just noticed that there's a little bird here in this card, too. Yeah, they're definitely sending, your answer, and see, the thing is, they're able to, like, go from that orb and jump into a bird. And I don't know why they're so easy to get into a bird. I don't know if it's because birds are just considered, because like with the dove, and it goes like the saying in the Bible, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, the Holy Spirit was the dove, right? And eagles are considered messengers too. Abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. Okay. Anything else here? Well, the snake. No, not this one. Yeah, I think this is what's happened. Like it was a shock with the lightning, because they talked about that storm too. So sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Yeah. Because when somebody just suddenly like passes away, or you have to watch them, even if they have a slow passing, it's traumatic and it takes time to heal. Okay, so they want me to bring out a couple of these here. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you want? Solar eclipse. We're coming up onto a solar eclipse too. Oh my God. And Venus, it's all about relationships and love. Relationships and love. Yeah. They just had me like, don't have fear. Don't have fear with it. They're with you. Is there anything else? They want me to read the two little blurbs that are in here. I don't know what that is. Hold on. And I'm going to close the reading. I don't know what I did with the book. Oh, I don't know what I did with that book. It's not there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so solar eclipse first, I guess. Oops, did I miss something here? Oh, here we go. Solar eclipse is the hair bringer, yeah. So a solar eclipse occurs when a new moon is directly between the sun and the earth and blocks out the sun rays. The solar eclipse carries the same potential for opportunity as the regular new moon, but it does come with a warning that you will reap 3 times what you sow. So go forward with clear purpose. Yeah, they're really encouraging you to move on here. So, in a reading, sorry, it is time to appreciate the beauty in your surroundings. Too often we rush through life, never stopping to appreciate the simple things. Food and shelter are human needs, but we also need enjoyment. We need pleasure and intimacy. We need laughter, and we need rest. Without these, we are just empty shells, prone to depression and loneliness. Venus serves as a reminder to pamper yourself every now and again. You'll be more productive in the long run. You could be going through a period of attraction right now, whether you are attracting material items or romantic interests. Venus wants you to not only enjoy it, but to utilize it. You can use this magical energy you are radiating to serve yourself. So often we are told not to be selfish or to put our needs first, but in fact, you must. When you are happy, the people around you are happier as well. Wow, Spirit. That's beautiful. And with that, I mean, I guess that's the best way to end it. You know what I mean? Look, and it comes right out under I am kind and loving. So, this is like honoring yourself, right? You've done the healing, you've done or a lot of the healing, and you know, it's time for you to step out and enjoy life. Okay. So with that, I hope this reading has helped you, and I will attach the other reading that I did last night to this one in the description, and so you can go back and look at that, and I'll connect both of them together. So with that, Spirit, I'm going to close the reading, and I hope this video finds you well. I bid you all a good day, and I'm going to send you all my love and light, and yeah, and your loved ones just want to tell you that they love you, and they always will. Bye, everyone.